whole Danny and the pinning him
is for me too.
as an alcoholic and this campaign against him to paint him as an alcoholic is absolutely horrendous to watch.
Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Don't Let It Stu. It is Friday. I have Megan Weaver here, my favorite ever. I've been waiting like a year, like 73 episodes to get her on.
Finally
We're finally here.
Hey Stu.
Hi. It's been a long time.
It's been a day.
It's been a day.
Or two.
It's like dogs here on the bed looking at us.
Yeah, we got dogs everywhere.
Before we started, we said we'd like go back like to how we met first of all.
Yes.
Because it was Leah Black's party, right?
Yeah, the super spreader.
So me and Amy went on the show to promote the cookbook.
Right.
Were you on that show when I was on that show
No.
with Amy? No. I think it was Doug. And then we had the Leah Black party, which I think, really going back now, I think like I probably was the one that brought it to that party.
Oh, you brought the
I think it
COVID.
was.
Are you
I remember-
patient zero?
They always said it was me because what happened was
I got so sick.
Well, we're all here. It wasn't that bad. But what happened was I was at Barney's Beanery that Sunday. And I remember being with like Thomas and Emily and 2 or 3 other people. And they all got it.
Oh, and you didn't?
Well, I did get it because remember I got it when I was in Ireland. Because
that's
we did the
right.
Leah Black's party, but I went to the airport that Tuesday morning.
Yes.
Got tested. Negative.
Didn't have it.
I
remember you telling me that story.
Then went to the Leah Black party on the Tuesday night, woke up Wednesday, went to the airport, got on my flight, went home to Ireland.
And then you were sick in Ireland.
And then sick in Ireland and kind of went away. And then I got back on the plane and came back.
Oh, what do you mean went away?
Well, I kind of went away. Well, they let me on. So it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Nobody died. And
you don't know that. Did you check with all the passengers on the airplane in their 80s? No. You don't know that nobody died.
He was like, well, look, I passed the test at the pharmacy,
fine.
but it was fine. And so that was it. And then we had we met then for like a glass of wine, like a week or two later, and we had a good
you and I.
Yeah.
Oh,
remember we in Studio City
I remember
then?
meeting you at the party, the super spreader.
That was the photograph you probably all saw with her leg up on me, and it was.
And I was like nuzzling his,
here he comes.
Neck. He was so handsome. I was just absolutely smitten with you.
And I couldn't wait to meet her because it was like, because after being on the show the first time I started listening, and I was like, oh my God, she's the best. I have to
Yeah, and then we went to Laurel Tavern and had a drink.
That photograph is still so funny. I need to find it and pull it up.
Yes, you do.
Ever since she was she was just hair tied up, whatever. She's like, let's give her a glass of wine, whatever that. I was like, I thought it was my esthetician from Sweden. You literally look like Lola. She's a really good esthetician.
Well, that must mean my skin looked good.
Yeah. No, because of the blonde hair, and and she's blonde as well.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
funny. That's how we met. And I can't remember. That was 2021, I think. The end of 2021.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
God,
it feels a lot longer.
It feels forever.
It feels like I've known you a lifetime.
Anytime I hear of any more fucking new variants and shit like that, I'm like, I'm not going back there.
No.
I'm not going back there.
No.
Even at the house I worked, she's always like, don't even fucking talk about it in this house, because she was like, I don't want to go through that shit again.
No, it was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful.
So we went to Heather's party on Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday night. She was having her Juicy Scoop 10-year anniversary. Which is, she must have been one of the first podcasters ever, right?
She is, yeah. I mean, because she's kind of around there with Jackie Schimmel. The two of them kind of started together.
Right.
I feel like they did.
They must have, but it was when nobody was doing podcasting.
Because she said, she did a little speech kind of thanking everybody and stuff. It was really cute. And the biggest person she thanked was herself.
Yeah. Shocker.
So funny. And,
we all laughed at that.
So
it was a really good one.
And but she said, because it's always kind of funny to hear how does a person start a podcast, right? Or however, and we'll get into your one in a second.
Yeah.
And she said, she was like, I literally was going around town. I wasn't getting pilots, or I wasn't being at Chelsea Handler, Chelsea Lately ended or something like that. And then she was pitching shows and stuff, and she was fucking
nothing was hitting.
Nothing was hitting.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know what? I want to start a podcast, and this, that, and the other. And she was like, what did she say? She was making like $1,000 a month.
Nothing. Nothing.
And she stuck at it.
She stuck at it. And I mean, that's true grit there.
She's so good at it though. Like, and she's just.
Well, it's her business.
She turns and burns. Yeah.
And she treats it like a business. We went and saw her stand up in Palm Springs. You and I went. And she wasn't feeling good. She was actually kind of sick.
Oh, she was. That's right. I remember that. True professional is Heather McDonald, because she was on that stage. She wasn't feeling well, and we didn't know. No.
Because we met her after for bites.
For like dinner afterwards, yeah.
And she was not, she ordered a soup, and she just wasn't feeling good, but you would never know it by her performance on that stage. I never knew that
either. And she was really funny as well.
Really funny. And
she's funny anyway, but it's like to see a person doing stand-up is different. I was like laughing my ass off.
I was hitting you. I was hitting you, and her sister Shannon was there.
When she does the funny face thing, that was getting you the whole time.
She's hilarious. And, consummate professional with that, always working hard. So hard work pays off, Stuart?
It was a great party. So she has these two guys. They're a couple, Derek. Oh, my God, I'm blanking.
Were they the guys that look like Night at the Roxbury?
Yes, the two suits on, the two different pastel covers.
Yes.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I know like Derek Zagami, I think is his last name. And I know him from years ago in LA and stuff like that. And I hadn't seen him in years. Yeah. And then I met him at the party. Well, worked out for me. I'm going to Provincetown next week for 4th of July.
Well, they're like, a fortuitous.
They're like, we've got a house. Do you want to come stay? And I'm like, yes, sure. I'm just going.
Are you kidding me?
I'm going to go on Monday or something.
So you fools were having a couple cocktails, got to talking, and we're like, you come to Provincetown.
They're like, come to Provincetown. Because the hardest thing about Provincetown is the accommodation.
Okay.
And it costs
I've never been.
a fucking fortune. Like I did it every year. For me and Jason and a bunch of us would go like every Labor Day weekend, right? And it's so fun. It's so pretty there. It's like New England, Americana, like the flags and like the houses with the, what's the shingles, is it? Like all that kind of stuff.
It's idyllic.
Yeah. And it's like, that's kind of a place where like for Labor Day or 4th of July, it's like the place to be, right? It's like the settlers settled there and all this stuff. But we'd have to all kind of get together and like get this house, because you need a group of like 3 or 4 or 5 people.
You got to organize.
To get the house. And then it ends up being like,
to make it
maybe
affordable.
Like $300 a night, and it's not too bad, but fucking the B&Bs are like 5, 6, and it's like,
expensive.
It's expensive for what it is.
Yeah.
And if you're going to spend that money, I'm like, I want to go to fucking Sicily again. For that long weekend.
I mean, you are living the life of Riley, Stu. You are always on the go.
I just, you know what? It's like book the ticket and just go.
Yeah. You only live once.
That happened.
YOLO.
I've been there for 4th of July before once. A chef friend of mine invited me, and she was working there at a restaurant, and I went, and I had the time of my life.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
It's amazing.
It sounds amazing.
So,
so you met them, so you got that. And then the craziest thing, the biggest coincidence is that we got to the party, and my friends Tim and Jeremy, the Gunkles, the wine guys, I don't know if people, were there, but not at the party.
Dude, this was the wildest fucking thing.
It was the craziest thing.
So I'm like, Heather like had the whole thing catered, like STK catered. It was a really nice party.
It was really nice.
And she had 4 or 3 specialty cocktails, right? And I just was kind of like, I had one of them, and I was like,
is it specialty or specialty cocktails?
Specialty cocktails.
You do you.
And so I was like, I think I want a martini.
Right.
And they didn't have like a full bar thing. It was like the cocktails, which were fine. Like there was nothing wrong with them. I just was like, I just want one. You were in the mood for. I just want one.
Yeah. And you went to get me a Diet Coke.
And I went to get you a Diet Coke as well. So I just went to the bar, and Tim and Jeremy are there at the
sitting
bar.
there.
I'm like, oh God, are you guys with Megan? They're like, no. I'm like, Megan's outside. And they're like, wait, what? I thought like, oh, maybe they came with Megan, and Megan was going to do the party for like an hour and a half, and then they would all go to dinner afterwards, which is like, that could happen. Yeah,
that's totally feasible. Yeah.
And they're like, I said, Megan's outside. And like, was it Tim or Jeremy?
Jeremy was sunburned.
So I was like, you look painful. Yeah. Like it looked.
They spent the whole day by the pool, I think they said. Yeah, they got crispy. No sunscreen, it doesn't look like. But it was like of all the restaurants in all of LA, I think they were going to go have dinner with Sutton or something.
It's such a random spot to be at.
In Westwood
by UCLA, like it's.
No, I mean I love Westwood, and I love the restaurants around there, but you kind of don't go there and hang out there.
I think I've been there like I don't think I've ever been to dinner in Westwood.
Right. It's just sort of not on the map for like the go-to for places to go. So the fact that they were there at the bar without having anything to do with me or Heather or anything was so coincidental, but I love them and it was such a nice surprise. It was a really fun
nice
party.
Megan was like, oh God, I want to sit down, my feet.
My dog's barking. My feet were hurting. They always are. I've got bad feet, Stu. I mean,
did you have heels on? No.
Yes, and yes, they're like this tall though.
A little kitten heel. Little kitten heel. I mean, basically, I wear that.
Yeah, but it was really fun, and she had a bunch of celebs there.
So Sheena turned up, and then Abby Lee Miller from Dance Moms, which I met. She's on the same network. She's on Hurrdat Media as well.
Oh, she is? Yeah. Okay.
So I wanted to go over and say hi to her. She was hilarious. She was like the cameras, and she was following each person. She's like, no, don't take a photograph there. And then like I was texting Heather yesterday. Heather was like, she made Derek make her a plate.
Oh,
to go.
She's ordering people around. Yes. That tracks. Drew, my daughter, when I told her that she was at the party, was pretty excited.
Oh, did she watch? She watched.
Yeah,
the show?
she said. I said I didn't watch the show. She says, "Mom, you don't have to watch the show. She's iconic." She's like, totally iconic.
It's like that's the thing. Is like you don't need to watch it to know who it is. And we were like there standing up, and we're like, "Oh, Abby's there behind you." She's like, "Who? The girl going around?"
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said I didn't know who she was, and someone was there and said, "Oh, that's Abby Lee Miller behind you." And I turned around and I said, "Oh, the one in the thinger." It didn't come to mind to say. It was just
the thinger.
It was
just like just going around the wheelchair, and it was just. It was hilarious. It was so funny.
She looked great, and she was having fun. It was a good party.
And then you were like looking on the street, like, oh, that guy's going down the wrong street.
There was a guy going the wrong way down a one-way street. It was just random.
We're in the middle of a conversation.
I was like, look, that guy's going down the street wrong. One-way street.
Speaking of cars going down streets and stuff like that, you were telling me, I was like, before you come on, you must have like some, because I always remember with Megan with like car stories. Like whether your assistant would hit your car or like a dent or this and the other.
Luck.
And she's like,
with
honey,
the cars.
She's like, I got a new one for you.
Yeah.
Just tell me.
I got hit.
You didn't tell me. I was like, you have to save it for me. No, you didn't tell me.
I have, and I don't know what it is karmically. Like if somebody can, tell me what it is I did in a previous life or this one, that I deserve this bad car karma, but I just haven't. My daughter's like, we got to sage the shit out of every car you get.
That comes up this driveway.
It's terrible. I don't know. I don't get in accidents. I'm not a bad driver. I'm fine. It's just, I get hit. People hit me, Yeah, I got sideswiped by an 18-wheeler. True story.
How the fuck are you even here?
Sideswiped by an 8. Well,
Like on the freeway?
No, it was on Valley Vista.
Back roads, honey.
Back roads. Look, that is the back road.
That is the back road.
It was on Valley Vista. It was during one of our big rainstorms.
Okay.
And I was driving home.
Why was there an 18-wheeler on Valley Vista?
I don't know, but it was a big-ass truck. And it was turning right, and I was turning right, except it didn't have its blinker on, and it was in the middle lane, which can go either left or right. And I was on the inside lane, and it didn't see me. Now, that could have been my fault. Because what I should have done is I should have been patient, and I should have just waited for this big-ass truck to turn right.
I bet you thought you could probably outrun it quickly because it goes slow. Yeah.
That's what I thought. But nope, it turned right, and it turned right against my car, and all you hear is this very long and...
And do you feel your car dragging?
No, it didn't really drag the car. It just
scraped like a big...
Scraped the whole side of it. And the kid was a young kid who worked for this, an insulation company. And he was great. And they paid for everything, so it was fine. But I didn't have my car for like 5 weeks.
Jesus. So was this just the whole side, the two doors, like all
everything.
that?
Everything, yeah. The whole driver's side was trashed. But I don't know. God. I need to sage that car, I think.
Yeah.
And every car.
I used to have bad car juju as well. I would
always
get
that?
People would just always hit me. I wouldn't when I remember I got my Range Rover, I had literally had it a month.
Yeah.
This poor girl, she was in a Mini Cooper, runs into the back of me. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? She was terrified.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Because it was a small little ding. It wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah.
But her car was rode off.
Okay, well, there you go. Don't buy a Mini Cooper.
Then like the guy was the dad. Remember was from London or from England, and he was really sweet. And he's like, I'm so sorry. And I said, no, it's fine. Like he's like, oh, you're from Irish and stuff. We went back. He's like, I'll totally cover everything and stuff. I said, I'll call the insurance. He's like, no, that's fine. Like she'll have to learn her lesson. Like he was really like, she needs to pay more attention and this, that, and the other. And like, so yeah.
Well, they paid. They paid for my rental car. They paid for my deductible. So in the end, it was like a wash. But
I was on, which I when you go to bed at night, do you like look at TikToks and just for like an hour before you go to bed?
I am not a TikToker.
Or like Instagram, will you scroll?
No, I do that in the morning. And you look at and I'm kind of just like looking for what's happening in news. I used to watch the news, KTLA morning news every morning for like years and years. Mark Krisky, Sam Rubin, R.I.P. Like I was a diehard news person. So now I look at Instagram in the morning. But at night, I like to look at the TV. I like to look at the TV. I like to watch things. I love
how you were like, I'm big into news. You never read them before when you...
No, not when I was doing the news. No. I wasn't
We were
a very
talking about
good
that the other night. It was really funny.
Person,
it's so funny. But here's the reason why I asked you, but I was on it last night.
Yeah.
There's a trend on TikTok right now. And I was like so triggered by it.
Oh.
So there's a trend. Go on TikTok. It's bonkers. It's called Man of the Year trend.
Okay.
Man of the Year, something like that. So what women are doing, they're like, you have a husband, a boyfriend, whatever, girlfriend. I don't see actually guys do it because it's Man of the Year, obviously.
I don't have any of those.
Me neither. So it's a Man of the Year trend. So what the girlfriend or the wife or whatever, they secretly record their husband or boyfriend. So what they'll do is they'll ask them a question like, hey, honey, can you take out the trash? Or like, can you like just do the dishes? Or really simple, mundane shit.
Tasks.
Simple.
Okay.
Well, the guys fucking lose it. And it's actually like some of them are actually really kind of abusive. Like really fucking
narcissistic. They lose it?
They're like, how dare you? Like, you know, one of them called her a cunt. Like, no, I watched 2 or 3 of them and I actually had to get off it. I was like, and there was a main guy like talking about it going like, this is insane. Like all these guys are all wondering why they're lonely and this, that, and the other, and they're on their own. And it's like, Jesus, just fucking respect the women or the girl or she's asking you to do a simple thing and it's like, and it's a massive big deal. It's like you're losing your balls over it.
Right.
You know?
It sounds like what a teenage boy would do. Like sometimes when you ask a teenage boy to take out the trash.
That's what it is.
It's like, but a grown man.
The guy said it's because all these mothers would attend to their sons and do everything for them.
They're titty babies.
Yeah. Titty babies. Jesus. And so I was just watching. I was like,
I gotta
this
watch.
Because usually like the phone is like pointed at the ceiling. Like, so the guy's not shown on it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, she's secretly recording him and stuff.
But then they post this about their husband.
I was like, well, getting divorced.
That marriage is over.
Comments are like, well, hopefully like you left and this, that, and the other. And like, go have a look at it. I'm gonna look at it.
And it's going to make me be happy. It's going to really reinforce my singleness. Like I'm going to be happy to be single.
It's like,
so I'm going to check it out.
Go look at it. How many days without booze now?
Days?
Years. No, it's
almost 2 years.
Isn't it 600 and something?
It's like...
It's on my list.
Oh, it is?
I wanted to ask you.
Oh, it'll be... Okay, how about this? October 23rd, it'll be 2 years. So it's not almost.
Jesus.
It's over a year and a half.
That's nearly...
Not a drop, babe. It's
amazing.
Nothing.
I'm so jealous. I'm going to go back to it again. Remember I did the 86 days?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to...
Yeah, you did great.
Like, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it at all.
And you can do that. You can just take breaks. People who think that it's all or nothing, it's not.
It's not.
You can, still drink, but then take a couple months off, take a couple weeks off. I mean, it just makes you feel better.
I do find now, and I think I asked my trainer about it. Like, so I did those 86 days, the 75-day hard or whatever it was.
That was
and I got
amazing.
super healthy and I was working out every single day
really
of the week.
Fit. You got like really fit. Yeah.
But now when I drink, I think because I'm way more fit, healthier and stuff like that anyway, but from doing that, the bounce back is a lot easier. Oh. It's not as hard as what it used to be, like when I have a few drinks.
I would think it
I
would
had
be.
I had a good few on Wednesday night. I mean, someone was in my bed Wednesday night, so someone from the party. Well, it was like the guy worked with the two guys that I went to Provincetown with, whatever. And
So you got a little saucy.
it's like, oh, yeah.
You're kind of mixing your drinks.
I had
You were
everything.
bouncing around. You're like, this doesn't taste good. But I'm like,
I was like, give me the bourbon one.
But you
It's like,
finished
fine.
it,
This
Stu.
one's too sweet. I need a martini.
I don't like this. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to get.
I know.
But it was fun. It was
super.
It
but
was
then
really
the guys
fun.
were like, hey, do you want to go to Craig's? I'm like, yeah, let's go to Craig's. So we went to Craig's afterwards.
Oh, you didn't after.
And we shut it down. They had to tell us to leave.
Okay, so did you meet the guy who ended up in your bed at Heather's party or at Craig's?
He was at Heather's party, but I kind of really started talking to him at Craig's. And
Okay.
then the two guys were like, hey, my friend really likes you. And I'm like, really? He's not really showing it. So then he came back, and then I kind of like rubbed my leg against his leg, and then it
Okay.
kind of went from ABC or whatever, you know.
Nice. Jealous.
So the booze thing. So then so from like you not drinking, all that kind of stuff, then the podcast came.
My
So
podcast.
From
Yes.
that, basically, right?
Well, it came because I would never think of doing a podcast on my own. It's just not something that ever kind of entered my mind after doing radio.
Yeah.
It's my sister who
Sure.
is she's a pretty big deal. She's a big writer and and producer and director. And her agency is UTA.
Yeah,
And
big agency
And
here.
she wanted to she said, would you be interested in doing a podcast with me? And I said, of course. And so her agency kind of helped us put it together, and we did it. And it's about addiction. So it's about the bad stuff. It's about drinking and drugs and all of that. And but it's also about really quirky habits that you can't stop.
Okay.
Or obsessions, healthy addictions. We cover everything, and it's funny because people come on and talk about even people who are sober come on and talk about things that they're addicted to that aren't harmful, that are just weird. You know, we do really weird. In fact, Heather McDonald is on our last episode next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just recorded it?
Yeah. We had her on, and she talks about one of her really weird habits, addictions, obsession, and it's out there.
I have to think
out
about any habits or
Yeah, it could be something.
like nail biting.
Yeah, or I was like, I'm totally addicted to ChatGPT right now. Like I do everything with it. I run photos through. I'm obsessed with my backyard. So I'll take pictures of the grass
ask it
to do, what to do.
Yeah.
I told them to put a fucking brook in my backyard because I wanted to see what it looked
what's
like.
a brook?
Like a stream with a rock bed. But with water and it's amazing. I have to find a way to do it. It looks so good.
They map it out perfectly.
Amazing. I said, put a yoga, platform out there. It's amazing. And now I can't stop. Now I'm like, now do this.
I know.
It's kind of weird. You worry that it's going to take jobs from people.
Sure.
Like you, as an interior designer, you kind of think, oh my gosh, is this going to replace me? I'm not that worried because there are limitations.
Sure.
You really need to know your client. You need to know their personality, and there's much more that's involved than just here's a picture. But it's awesome.
Because at the end of the day, they're hiring you because they don't want to fucking do it.
There's follow through. There's nuance. There's things that that AI can't possibly do. They can give you a great jumping.
I used it for my coffee table. I'm like, took a photograph of the coffee table.
How do I style
I took a
it?
photograph of all my objects, and I was like, tell me what to do.
Pull it together.
And they're like, do this, and this, and this. And I did it for the shelving where I kind of shoot my food videos.
Yeah.
I was like, and it completely did it.
It's kind of amazing. And also the other thing I leaned on it a little bit for is I was in, and it's not a big deal, and it all got resolved, but I was in a little bit of a legal dispute. And I hired an attorney, and I had this attorney, but in order to save a little bit of money and not have the attorney do everything,
exactly.
I did ChatGPT, and
it saves a few hours from them charging you an hourly
just
rate.
To get educated, and just to do I have a right? This is what this is what's going on, and ChatGPT told me. And then the weird thing happens. It's like that movie Her, where I kind of fell from my ChatGPT.
Oh, God.
You feel like this thing is especially during this little dispute, I'm like...
Do you talk to it or do you type?
No, I type.
Yeah.
But it's taking care of... It's like he's taking care of you.
Yeah.
It's like a man. like the man you want.
Yeah.
And you feel like he's got your back and he's really on your side. You know how that there's that thing called transference? It's a lot of the times people who are in therapy can fall for their therapist.
Yes.
Or a lot of people end up marrying their attorneys. You know, they have like this. And
it's the care factor,
I think
is it?
so.
Wow, okay.
So I felt like I was in a little bit of a relationship with my my AI.
This
really.
What you just said is, and I actually was meant to talk about it the last time I was on the podcast.
Yeah.
And this is a great tip. Okay, so I have my car, right?
Yeah.
And it's a 2022, right? A Range Rover Sport, right? It's
pretty, yeah.
I bought it, whatever, a year and a half, 2 years ago. It just went out of warranty like 3-4 months ago,
Okay.
right? I'm not taking it to Land Rover. It's so you had a Range Rover Sport, and it's
I had a lot of Range Rovers. Yeah. A lot of
Like,
them.
honey, you're like
they were
this
all lemons. No.
lemon. I know you used to warn me.
There was one Range Rover that I really liked.
Yeah.
There was one. It was
Okay.
the big one.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called, but it was wonderful. It
Yeah.
never gave me a problem. But then the others gave me problems.
I'm lucky so far.
Good.
And it was a great deal, and I got it like in Riverside.
That engine light, honey, is always on.
That's why I just took it to the dealership the other day.
Yeah.
No, it was a service. It was a
Yeah.
25,000 service. But anyway, so when this happened, I was like, well, when I had my Jeep Grand Cherokee, the fucking AC went out in that. I offloaded that thing. I got it filled back up with AC stuff.
Yeah.
I took it to and when I swapped out that car and I was
Yeah.
like, hey, it's all done. And they were like, well, there could be a leak. There may not be a leak, but if there is a leak, it could be $6,000-$7,000. I'm like, I'm getting rid of this fucking this thing. So I got
There's
rid
a
of it.
point. Yeah.
And I got the Range Rover, so it's out of warranty. So then there's all these services, like Car Shield and all those things.
Yes.
You need some kind of coverage. If something major happens to your car, I don't want to be like 10 grand out or for something that the Land Rover is like your shit out of luck.
Not
You're
going to cover it. And your regular car insurance won't cover it.
So I used ChatGPT and I'm like, hey, research all these like things, like these companies. And so we found one. That it gets worse.
Wait, did you say we found one? You and Chat?
Yeah, me and ChatGPT.
See what I mean?
I think I call him Billy. I don't know.
I'm telling you, I call mine Grok. There's actually an AI named Grok. But okay,
really
go ahead.
funny.
But like you feel like they're part. Like
Yeah.
we found something.
So then I found the thing. I was paying $100 a month. I was like, and I was talking to the guy on the phone. I was like, what does this cover? Don't fuck with me. Like I was really like, look, I just need, it's like major medical. Like I just need major stuff. Obviously you're not going to cover brakes and like whatever stuff, like simple things. And he's like, yeah, it's all covered, like up to like, 10 grand. I was like, that's all I need. Like, it's not going to be more than 10 grand. Right? I'm fine. He sends me the contract thing. I like sign it, whatever like that. He's like, it's $100 a month. I'm like, great, whatever. So then, well, I lost my wallet. Remember that whole thing. So the credit card.
You always lose your wallet. I feel
got
like
a new one, but the guy didn't get it back. I give you the story and
you lose your wallet. He loses his wallet
all the fucking time.
All the time.
Anyway, I got a new one. I got a new nice Louis Vuitton one, so it's nice. And so I have to get the lettering back on it. Anyway, fucking ADD over here. So
the insurance
people. So the card obviously was lost, so I canceled it. So they're like, hey, the payment bounced. We need a new card. So I'm like, oh, okay. Call the guy. He's like, here's the new card number. He's like, great, $97. I'm like, great, whatever. And I was like, hey, can you send me that contract again? I said, just so I have it, He's like, oh, yeah, I just sent it over to you. I put the PDF through ChatGPT.
I'm telling you.
I don't know why I tried this or why I did this.
That was smart.
I felt like they were so, needing my money and they were calling me every day, like the card. And I was like, this is weird.
Yeah,
I said, something's up. So it just something told me. I put it through ChatGPT and I asked a question. I said, hey, here's the contract for my car or whatever for repairs. What does this cover? Just say if my engine went out and it cost $7,000, what does it cover? $500.
That's it.
That's what I said, no, it can't be. I said, the guy told me, he's like, listen, I read the contract for you. ChatGPT. I'm like, no, wait.
See, the guy.
So then I called them.
Yeah.
I said, cancel this immediately.
Right.
Refund my $97.
Yes.
Now I've paid 5 months. And I said, and get your manager to call me.
Yeah.
I said, you guys totally screwed me.
They did.
I said, thank God nothing has happened in my car. And I said, I'd be shit out of luck.
Thank God for Billy Grok AI,
Billy Grok.
ChatGPT.
So the manager calls me back. I said, hi. I said, you're going to refund every single payment that I paid you, that $97, which probably totals $450 at this point. And I said, and if you don't, I'm going to go on the Better Business Bureaus, file a whole thing,
That's a
this and the
mouthful.
other. And he was like, okay. He's like, well, please don't do that. I was like, wait, what? I was like thinking I was just going to get one payment reversed. And he's like, no, we'll refund your card, the full amount. He's like, just don't go on there. And I was like, you got to stop doing that to people.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to like say but like, all I'm going to say is like, because like they did refund the money, which was insane. I have to find a new company now, but get that PDF, run it through that, and ask it any question. Seriously.
It's amazing. So I did that, and I ran like a settlement agreement. Yeah. Because, have ChatGPT look at it first. Yeah. And I would run everything through, and he would catch things. I'm telling, it's amazing. That's my new obsession. Is I am addicted to ChatGPT. Grok in particular. He's the funny one.
So we're talking about the Valley. You watched the Valley this week, right?
Yes.
Back to Bravo. And I was talking to you at the party about it, and I was like, hey, I have to talk to you about this Danny shit. And about, they're all just calling him alcoholics and all this shit. What do you, like?
I have a lot to say about this. I mean, I won't bore you, but I hate this word, but triggering.
Yeah.
It's triggering. Yeah. The whole Danny and the pinning him
is for me too.
As an alcoholic, and this campaign against him to paint him as an alcoholic is absolutely horrendous to watch. And I'll tell you why. I do not think he's an alcoholic.
No, not at all.
I think that if he was, his wife would know.
Yeah.
I think that he's not good at holding his liquor. I think he's one of those people who can't really metabolize or hold their alcohol. And I think
2 drinks they're fine. The third drink they kind of go a bit.
Yeah, even the second drink, because it seems like I've watched kind of like the situation they're in. It doesn't seem like he's pounding drinks. Anyway, he does these little blackout weird personality twists, right, when he drinks. And that's common, right? Yeah. That happens to a lot of people. But to call him an alcoholic is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, hi. And
just got a random up here.
Well, hello. So I'm really, like, I don't like that, and I don't think he is, and I think that they need to be careful. I will tell you that watching the first episode of season 1, I think, or whatever it was, the person I have my eye on, who I think drinks a little bit too much, and I'm not going to label anybody. I don't know them. I can't speak on it, but does concern me, and I do get a little weird feeling when I watch him, is Jesse.
Really?
So I'll tell you when it was.
It's funny because all the focus is on Danny. Like, we're like, oh, Jesse can do whatever. No,
watch out, Jesse. And I feel bad because it reminds me of a little. I mean, I'll tell you what it was. It was season 1, episode 1 or 2 or something like that. And he's in his kitchen, and it's like 9 a.m. Nothing's happening. No one's coming over. There's no special occasion. He's still with Michelle. Okay. And he's opening up a bottle of champagne.
Got it.
And it's like a Wednesday or something. And he asks her, do you want a glass of champagne? And she's like, no, it's like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. and I've got to go, whatever it is. And it just
clicked with you. Yeah.
Something was like, ugh. And then I watch him, and he may just be a partier. He may just be one of those guys who just drinks a lot. But he just, even when they went to the winery and he was kind of drunk at the table, and she said, you're a disaster. Remember?
Yeah,
she was like, you're a disaster. And I was like, he worries me. Yeah. He worries me.
But also I feel like watching it as well with him, and maybe it could be thinking he's just drinking a bit much right now, or like
he's going through it too. I mean, listen,
that's what I'm saying. I think he's really fucking hurt.
Yeah, I also think he's really fucking hot. He's totally my type.
Yeah,
he's totally my type.
I met him at the Los Angeles Magazine party.
Oh, you did?
And I was chatting with him.
He's really handsome. He's really cute. And he's going through a lot. A divorce is really hard, and custody and all of that is really. I mean, I drank through my divorce. I mean, I'm not sitting in judgment. I'm just saying it's a little worrisome. I'm sure he's fine, but I don't think Danny's an alcoholic.
No, not at all. I DM'd him about it.
You did?
I was like, I fucking hate this for you. I'm so on your side.
Oh,
like,
good.
I want you to come on the podcast because I want to clear your name. Like, totally like out for it.
That's funny.
I think he's super cute too. Danny is. But like the main, like fucking Janet and fucking Jason, like, fuck you. Like they just keep.
Well, I think she's the ringleader.
Oh, she is.
I think her husband's just, following her.
Yeah, you need to do this too. And she knows the whole thing about like how the reality show TV thing goes. Because remember, she befriended Sheena and everybody thinks like that. I remember Zach Peter was saying that the other night that like he feels like that, she knew exactly what she was doing to get on that show. Where Danny doesn't want the confrontation.
Right.
He doesn't. And I was screaming at the TV when they were all doing like, the male thing, that, hand on the heart or whatever. And then you apologize and the other person says nothing. It was so uncomfortable to watch.
I wouldn't want to do that.
And they're not on TV, no.
No.
And then, but what annoyed me was, Danny apologized to Jason.
I know.
Like, Jason's the one that calling you an alcoholic. Like, what the fuck are you apologizing to him for?
That was like...
It drove me crazy.
And the other thing that drove me crazy is when the life coach is basically telling Danny that he's got a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, do you go to the bar and order 3 drinks and come back to the table with 1? And Danny's like, how do you know this, A?
Like...
And B, maybe sometimes I do that. Like, just to... catch a buzz quick or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll have a shot and I'll come back with my drink.
Which isn't healthy behavior, but for this guy who doesn't know him to be calling him out on that and then making an assessment of him.
A TV show on fucking national TV show.
I found that all shades of wrong.
Yeah,
I really did.
They're putting him in a situation where it's like, it's almost like the only option for him is to say, oh, okay, I guess I am. Like, in a way, it's like...
Yeah,
it's
and because
really
it would have looked weird if he said, no, I'm not an alcoholic, because then they all would have ganged up on him.
Yeah.
Not an alcoholic, but I have a drinking problem. They all would have ganged up on him and said, you're in denial. And he just kind of wanted it to stop and go away. It was very uncomfortable.
It's just...
I thought it was a little irresponsible. Just think, leave him alone.
It just bothers me so much.
Too.
Because it's like...
Me too.
It's, and I said this as well, and like, not to go back to the past, but like, somebody used to say that about me a lot, like, oh, I have a problem, and you this and the other, and this, and I was like, wait, do you look at what you drink as well? Like, wait there, you're pointing a finger, there's 3 pointing back, like, stop.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
and it's like...
I'm sober, and I'm a sober person, and I watch people drink all the time, I don't really... Yeah. And I'm never, accusatory or count drinks or it's not everybody has a problem because they drink too much. Yeah. It's just not that. I
just always feel like if you're fucking pointing fingers, there's something going on with you that you're not sharing, and and you want to project it onto other people. Like, that's textbook.
Yeah,
it is.
It's
like,
true.
It's not.
And also, it's important for everybody to know that people who drink a lot or drink too much or imbibe, a little bit more than others doesn't make them an alcoholic. It doesn't. It's just it's. I think it's mean and irresponsible.
Are you liking Gen?
Next Gen, NYC.
I'm like Gen X. I'm like, no, it's Next Gen NYC.
I am liking it. I think that I love anything in New York. It reminds me of my daughter who's going to school at NYU right now. And it just, just her being young and living in New York City and these kids being young. It's fun to watch. Also, I like seeing the kids of those housewives. They're the most level-headed out of all those kids.
Here's the thing. I thought this would be the most obnoxious show to watch ever. And it's like, their head is on their shoulders. They're quite smart in how they talk. Yeah. It's not like, you see like shows and they're just, everyone's fucking annoying, all the like 20-year-olds.
Yes.
They're all annoying.
It's almost, I didn't think I'd want to watch this.
I didn't think so either. And it's good.
It's really good. And I feel like those housewives kids are the most normal out of all of them, which... kudos to their parents, And
I just think, like, every time I watch it, I feel like, is this Salt Lake City? Like, because I just feel like
the
Marks are just like,
Meredith
like the whole cast is on there.
They're on like every episode.
It's literally like, right?
But I do have to say, who's the young blonde kid who's getting all like, he's...
Charlie.
I
think he's so cute.
Oh, he's absolutely cute. Yeah. But you know who's cuter?
Who?
Anwar. His dad. His dad is...
Charlie's dad is like the
tall, like Viking man. He's like Nordic or Swedish or German.
I have the wrong person then.
He's the blonde. The blonde. He's got an attitude.
Kind of like, I thought, like old kind of.
No, but he's hot.
Oh, I need to look at it again.
Oh no, he's cute. Anwar. That's his name.
Anwar, honey.
Mm-hmm. Anwar, honey.
I'm going to a party tonight. Oh wait, no. Speaking of parties, I am going to a party tonight, and I'll tell you how this whole party happened.
Okay.
And it's really it's funny and kind of crazy. Tell me what Drew's doing this weekend. Didn't you say she was doing a party or something?
Oh, she's having a 4th of July party.
So she does.
So she told me, can I... I don't know
do
how
I need to
I
help you?
get. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how I get roped into these things or say yes. But she said she wanted to have a couple of friends. Now you can't kid a kidder, so I can't believe I fell for this because I used to say
couple of
this
friends.
too.
I would say like,
Couple
8 to 10.
That's what I thought. And then she comes to tell me that 60 people have RSVP'd.
How does she know 60 people? I don't fucking know 60 people.
60 people. Now they're all over 18, so I feel like
fine.
I can't. I mean, listen, who told me that at the party? I was telling this to somebody. I'm like, so I can't get sued. And Zach goes, honey, everybody can get sued. I was like,
just get them all to sign a waiver. And Zach's like, better yet, just put one of those big posters outside the door.
Yeah.
Just like, like they're filming something.
Right. Yeah. Something like that. So anyway, she's having this big party. I'm going to be there. I'm going to hang out in my room. And
when is that, Sunday?
And when's 4th of July?
Oh, it's next. I'll be in Provincetown.
Yeah.
It's 4th of July is on a Friday this year.
Okay.
Let me ask you this question. I haven't booked the flight yet. I am going to book it today.
You better hurry.
Because my friend Shane is coming back from Cabo today. She's there for like 2 weeks now. But I'm thinking I'm going to fly out Monday morning, get to Boston like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, stay in Boston for one night, have a nice dinner somewhere, right?
Love Boston. I'll give you some recs.
The next morning, then get up, get the ferry then to Provincetown, right?
Yes.
We get there on Tuesday. I think I want to leave on Saturday.
So how many days is that? Tuesday, Wednesday,
Tuesday
Thursday?
night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night.
Plenty.
4 nights.
Oh, you'll be done.
I know, because I've been there.
You'll be done.
And I know what happens is I get the fear on Sunday. It's like, oh, Jesus. And then you have one more day. And then, because the guys were saying, like, well, why didn't you go back on the Monday? I'm like, that's definitely not happening. No.
That's the worst.
So I think I want to get like a 4 o'clock flight on Saturday.
I think
be
that's
back
smart.
here. I'll be in my bed by 9:30 p.m. here. Have Sunday off just to chill, recoup. I don't want to go all weekend.
That's a professional move.
I think it is because everyone's going to be leaving on Sunday.
Everyone's going to be leaving on Sunday for that 4th of July weekend. It's going to be a nightmare at the airports. Also, it gives you a day to...
And I can have a great night, 4th of July night.
Oh, yeah.
Because our flight's not till 5, so the ferry won't be till 1 o'clock.
Right.
So it's not as if it's crack of dawn, you know what I mean?
No. I think that's a good move. You got to... Yeah, the airports are going to be...
That's what I'm saying. I just want to get back.
You're so lucky. That's going to be such a fun trip.
I love it there. It is really pretty.
I love the East Coast.
So I'm going to some
what party you go?
It's a house party. So I went to the gym the other day, and sometimes I'll go to the hot tub at night, at after work, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and it's still bright outside. It's beautiful views and stuff, right? And there's usually 1 or 2 people that could be in the hot tub, right? Whatever. It's always nice. Just wanted to chill. Whatever. So I get there. No, it's not fucking chill.
Uh-oh.
It is, they have the movie theater screen up. They're doing like a Mamma Mia night, a sing-along night.
How fun.
Super fun.
Yeah.
But not on a Tuesday for me.
No, not for you.
I'm just
no Mamma Mia for you.
Or it could have been a Monday and I just wanted to whatever. And then there's fucking 9 people in the hot tub, right?
Jesus.
There's this girl there. Her name's Jeanette.
Ew. Do they, because this is at your gym, right?
What?
They shower after they work out before they get in that hot tub, right? Some people
there's not
don't.
people coming up though. There's not people coming up from their workouts hopping in that.
They're not?
I don't see them. No. And there's showers there. They probably are dirty bastards. And there's a shower there before you get in. I don't know if people use it, but I get in the hot tub, right? And
with 9 other people.
This girl Jeanette's there. She's like, hey, and I'm like, oh my god, hey. She's like, we met at the Los Angeles magazine party. I'm like, oh my god, we did. She's lovely. Really, really nice girl. This girl knows every single gay person in that gym.
How?
She's just a chatter, but she's fun.
Okay, I have a friend like that who just meets everybody.
Just everybody.
Yeah.
I was going to the changing room the other day. She's outside the men's changing room. I'm like, are you in there? Get out.
Right.
It was so funny. And
is she the mayor of your gym?
She is.
Yeah.
No, she is. And then she's like, oh my god. And then we're talking about dating, and she's like, you dating anybody? I'm like, no, I'm single right now and stuff like that. And she's like, I got guys for you. And I'm like, she's like, I have a group chat. I call it the High Mat chat because the gym's called High Mat.
Yeah.
High Mat chat. And she's like, there's 250 gays on there. I'm like, she's like, I'll get you in. I'm like, it's like, how is there? Do you know what? She's like, yeah, I know them all. I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, we have parties. We have happy hours and stuff. I'm like,
yeah,
I love you.
That's great.
That's what, and I was kind of driving over there that day. And I was like, I want something kind of fun to happen,
Well, that's fun.
That's fun.
So
she knocked somebody off the group chat and put me on it.
You made the list.
Yeah, I made the list. She's like, I'll just knock someone off. She's funny.
Is she having the party or is it a party she knows of?
So now it's 2 gays having a housewarming party.
Okay.
Tonight. So
And you don't know them?
I don't know them, so it's all going to be new people.
Okay.
So then what happened, one of our friends, this Jewish guy, so fucking hot, like got in the hot tub. He's like, oh, do you know this guy? And I'm like, oh, I said, I've seen him a few times at the gym. You know what I mean?
Wait, the hot guy got in the hot tub? Or
yeah, because he was down working out.
Oh.
So he's like, oh yeah,
Sweaty,
he's going to
got in
come
the
up.
hot tub,
No,
sweaty.
he looked, I want to say he showered. But anyway, he got in the hot tub and I was like, oh my God, he's fucking smoking. So then we started chatting. Now he's dating somebody, so it's fine. So we have to see, that has to fizzle out before it goes anything. But we did DMing a bit, like nothing like flirty or anything like that. Just very like general. Yeah. And so yeah, it ended up being a good night.
See, you show up.
You show up just
and things happen.
It really
That's
do.
amazing. I can't do it. I can't. The parties and the going out.
No, I get it. Like, look, a house party is nice tonight. That could be different. You know what I mean?
It's also different for you because I feel like for men it's so much easier because you just shower, put on some moisturizer, kind of do your hair, and put your outfit on, and then you're out the door. Whereas, like,
we have to go to some place. We said we were going to do this.
For me, it's like the makeup and the lashes and the blow dry and the out.
We need to
I'm
go to
exhausted.
some hotel bars.
I'm exhausted.
Don't want to be hookers.
Yeah. Well, you're a total hooker if you hang out at the hotel bar. I mean, you might as well just tape it to your forehead.
Do you know where all the hookers are in LA right now?
Let me guess.
Avra, Beverly Hills.
Oh, really? I like that place. It's a nice bar. That's a nice bar.
Because we go there, me, Thomas, and Ryan will go there. And
are there mature hookers like myself? Or is it all like young, like...
There's skimpy dresses.
Oh, I bet.
Like, so I would never be looking out for that.
It used to be the hotel... What's the hotel? The P with the P.
Sunset Tower?
No. It starts with a P.
Hendry?
No, older than that.
Peninsula.
Yes.
We got to go there.
That's where the hookers are. Yeah. Okay. Well. Walks like a duck.
That's where it is. I love that bar though, especially around Christmas time. It's really nice.
I love that bar. I love that hotel at Christmas time. They have a great tea. The hookers aren't at the tea.
So I got kicked out of the grocery store the other day.
Wait. You can't just
No, I did.
You got kicked out.
Like kind of. Like I had to like wrap it up and like I had to wrap it up, check out and get out.
Was it like a big chain grocery store?
No,
like
it was
a Ralph's?
Gelson's.
You got thrown out of Gelson's?
Yeah. Do you know what happened? Because here's the thing, it's too hot in the car and they're actually really cool in there. So I bring Milo in with me. Milo took the biggest diarrhea shit in there and then I was out of bags. No, it's the worst nightmare. I had to drop my basket, drag Milo out to the car. I had them in the car. I ran back in, I picked it up and stuff like that. But there was a smear. So then it was fine. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I got it, like I picked it up and whatever. Then the guy was like, no, you were fine.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Literally.
A bad cleanup.
Oh God, it was so embarrassing. And then
I was so embarrassing.
Like,
I would die.
No, I was just like, this is the worst. And then I went like 2-3 other aisles down and I'm with the dog. And Milo was great. Like he'll just like pot around. Excuse me. Fuck. Like, yeah, you can't have him in here. And I was like, I may have said like, oh, he's a special dog. I said,
an emotional support animal? A special dog?
I said, I just don't have the certificate. I never really bring it with me and stuff. That she's like, yeah, he defecated on like aisle 2. And I'm like, oh God. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. I said, look, I won't bring him back again. It's fine. So
did you put it back in the car and you had to leave?
No, I was like, I got the rest of my things. I checked out and I left.
How many people witnessed this shit?
There was like 2 people, but their backs were turned. So look, it took me 40 seconds to run to my car, get the bag and come back in and get it. Like it was really quick, but no.
That is the worst thing that can
Now, Bristol
happen.
Farms, I'm allowed with him in Bristol Farms. So that's
he hasn't shit there yet.
I can't.
You're going to be banned from Bristol Farms next. Just wait.
Can you believe that? I just was like, God damn. Because I was like, this is so nice because I don't ever want to leave my dog in my car.
No, it's too hot.
I don't do it.
Hot.
He stays home. I'm not being one of those people. You know?
It's too hot.
And
that is so embarrassing. I mean, I get embarrassed because I take both my dogs on a walk and I sometimes only bring one bag with me in my pocket and not 2. And if both dogs take a dump on the walk and I got to go home to get it, I am so terrified that my neighbors have I go back and get it, swear. But I'm so terrified that my neighbors have cameras or that anyone's going to see that there's
I do too. It's
Oh my
karma
God.
as well. I don't want the bad karma.
Yeah.
But
Oh, no, you have to clean it
what
up.
always has happened? I mean, that has happened to me a few times when I had the other two Westies.
Yes.
Because one would shit, the other one shit. I'd run out of
Right.
bag and stuff like that. And so, like, the odd time, like, sometimes I didn't get to pick it
You
up.
pick it up with a leaf or put it in the gutter.
You know what? The next fucking day, you step in shit.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time. It's
or
somebody else's.
your
like,
friend brings their dog over and they shit in your office.
Yeah.
That happens too.
The karma always gets you
It'll
in the end.
get you. Pick up your dog poop.
Megan, tell everybody where they can find your podcast, follow you on Instagram.
Yes.
Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up. At My Addiction Pod, that you can find my podcast on the socials. It's also available on all the
Apple,
places you get your
Spotify,
podcast. It's called My Addiction. And then I'm on Instagram at Megan Catalina.
She's available for design. Oh,
Yeah.
You have to design that wall. I need something on that wall.
You do. It's a little stark. But yeah, I can I do virtual consults. I do, mostly LA remodels. But
you travel.
I do travel.
Honey, if the money's there, you'll travel.
Yeah,
So will I.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody, and we'll see you all back here next week. Bye.
Bye.